From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was smiling but dodging questions after being confronted about his leadership this afternoon during a 3-hour caucus meeting. He told reporters quickly the Liberal Party is strong and united before heading off. The weekly meeting was a chance for MPs to discuss their thoughts on Trudeau's continued leadership, but many were tight-lipped about what exactly happened behind closed doors. An Ontario MP says the party is standing strong to ensure that Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre does not win the next election. The effort to find the remains of 2 First Nations women in a landfill north of Winnipeg is entering a new phase. The Manitoba government says a lot of preparation has been completed. Searchers are being interviewed and hired, and excavation of the target area is set to begin in early December. The daughter of one of the victims, Cambria Harris, says she's glad to see support for the effort.
We're overwhelmed with the sheer compassion within individuals that we're meeting along the way. The compassion that people share as we sit through these interviewing people for the search. And it's a lot.
Police believe the remains of Morgan Harris and Mercedes Moran were sent to the Prairie Green landfill in May 2022 after Jeremy Skibitsky killed them and put their remains in a garbage bin. A labor tribunal in Quebec is rejecting Amazon's challenge of a warehouse unionization effort in Laval. Quebec's tribunal has rejected the delivery giant's argument that the unionization process from earlier this year was unlawful. Lawyers for the company argued the absence of a secret ballot vote violated workers' freedom of association rights, but the administrative judge rejected Amazon's request and rejected a call for union certification to be revoked. BC Green Party leader Sonia Furstenau says the starting place to supporting whichever party comes to power in British Columbia is in the Greens' platform. Furstenau says she's taken a call from NDP leader David Eby, but didn't answer the phone when BC Conservative leader John Rustad called because she didn't recognize his number.
My focus now is on supporting our 2 MLA-elects, Rob Botterill and Jeremy Valeriot, and engaging in meaningful conversations about how we can better serve the people of this province. For me, it's always been about public service. Our platform prioritizes people's well-being, and my motivation has always been guided by the question, how do we best serve?
The NDP is elected or leading in 46 ridings and the Conservatives in 45, both short of the 47 required for a majority. The National Toy Hall of Fame in Rochester, New York has picked 12 finalists for the class of 2024. Curator Chris Bench says the inductees will be officially announced in November.
This year's nominees include everything from card games like Phase 10 and Pokemon cards, to classics like My Little Pony, to the trampoline.
This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Raptors will play their first game of the season as the Cleveland Cavaliers pay a visit to Scotiabank Arena. The Raptors will lean heavily this season on the 4th-year forward Scotty Barnes, who's coming off his first All-Star campaign. Canadian swingman RJ Barrett will miss tonight's game with a sprained shoulder. Former Los Angeles Dodgers star Fernando Valenzuela has died at the age of 63. The pitching ace won the National League Cy Young Award and Rookie of the Year in 1981 when he helped the Dodgers win the World Series. His death comes as the Dodgers are preparing to open this year's championship series at home against the New York Yankees. The Washington Capitals host the Philadelphia Flyers in the lone NHL game tonight. The Capitals downed the Flyers 4-1 in Philadelphia and have won 4 straight after opening the season with a loss to New Jersey. The Flyers are 0-4-1 since opening with a shootout win at Vancouver. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.